It's 2025, boys and girls, and you know what that means. You can now import vehicles manufactured before the year 2000. Of course, I'm still waiting for my hoverboard that Marty McFly promised us in 2015, and flying cars and helper robots aren't here yet. However, in this video, we're talking about the 25-year import rule, opening the floodgates for some sweet off-roaders from the year 1999 to 2000. And lucky for us, the turn of the millennium gave us some absolute legendary beasts. So now we're diving into the top 4x4s that you can finally import in 2025. Now, the beginning of each year, this topic is popular for automotive YouTube channels because, of course, everyone wants to get those new skylines.
There's our fourth right there.
And the JDM market, of course, has some really cool cars. However, there's a glaring issue. They completely skipped over the big boys, the 4x4s, the off-road beasts that, of course, we love on this channel. And, of course, the big boys are near and dear to my heart, being a fat kid growing up. Never want to leave those guys on the sidelines. But now, thanks to the magical 25-year rule, these automotive treasures manufactured in the year 2000 or earlier are finally legal to import into the good old US of A. Now, before we get into the good stuff, talking about specific vehicles, let's talk about why we even have the 25-year import rule. Back in the 1980s, the government said, hey, you can't just bring in any car from overseas because of safety and emissions standards. But in the meantime, the US was producing the Ford Pinto with over 3.1 million sold that pretty much blew up if you kicked the rear bumper. Anyway, once a car turns 25 years old, it's basically the automotive equivalent of adult, free to do whatever it wants, no longer shackled by Big Brother's emissions laws. So to top our 4x4 list, we're starting off strong. We got the Toyota Land Cruiser 100 series. This thing is like if a tank and a luxury SUV had a reliable baby. 4.7 liter V8, real four-wheel drive, and enough towing power to haul your broken dreams out of a ditch. If you want a ride that'll outlive you, your kids, and probably their kids, this is the one. It's so popular and reliable that it's often driven by defense contractors in every Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Bay movie. Fun fact, did you know that 90% of Land Cruisers are still on the road today? The other 10% are probably in museums or leading rebellions. Next up, we got the Land Rover Defender, AKA I want to go off-roading, but I also want to be all British about it.
Hold your nose, because it's a wee bit smoky.
This thing has been kicking around since dinosaurs roamed the earth, and it's basically the Jeep Wrangler of the UK, just way more awesome. Simple mechanics, boxy as a brick, and can get through just about anything you throw at it. As long as you have a mechanic on speed dial, as they've known to have some reliability issues. But hey, at least you'll look like an adventurer while you wait for a tow truck. Surf's up, dudes. The Toyota Hilux Surf is basically the Hilux pickup truck in SUV form. This rig is what happens when Toyota realized that Americans want a 4Runner, but secretly wish it was even cooler. This is the JDM 4Runner you actually wanted, with diesel engine options, beefier suspension, and the Toyota reliability that we all know and love. You're getting all the go-anywhere capability of a Land Cruiser, but with just enough I-Watch rally racing energy to keep this thing spicy. Oh, and right-hand drive, which is neat. Next, we've got the Mitsubishi Pajero. Pajero is a fun name. Pajero. Mitsubishi may not be what it once was, but back in the day, the Pajero was the move.
If you've been thinking about escaping the hustle and bustle of the city,
you're looking at one of the Dakar Rally's winningest SUVs, complete with a super select four-wheel drive system which controlled power and braking in each wheel. It was designed to provide maximum traction and stability on a variety of different terrains. You had all-wheel drive on-road and fully locked four-wheel drive off-road. Plus, it's named after a wild cat, which is pretty cool. It's a cute little kitty. It's wild, just like the Pajero. Mitsubishi. All right, this next one may cause a little bit of controversy, but the Honda Passport was sold in the US, but the international models had different features, like a diesel engine that was reliable, rugged, and it was just really secretly a Zuzu Rodeo in a Honda suit.
Let nothing stand in your way. The four-wheel drive Passport from Honda.
So if you're looking for a cheap, tough off-roader with a Honda badge, this could be an interesting option. Go ahead and leave your comments in the chat about how this is stupid, shouldn't be on the list, but go ahead and do it. Isuzu Rodeo, the Honda badge. Have you ever laid in bed late at night and wondered, I really want an Isuzu Trooper, but I just want it to be fancier? Well, that's the Acura SLX. It was basically the same SUV with a little more luxury and some fancy leather seats. If you find one that's been babied, it's basically a classy off-road sleeper. Now available. Damn important, into the US. Next up, we got the Mercedes-Benz ML Class. The first gen ML Class was the SUV that brought Benz into the luxury off-roader game, and they did it with a bang. You may recognize them from the classic 1997 film Jurassic Park: The Lost World, starring my guy, Jeff Goldblum. Of course, the entire movie had all the bad guys with the Mercedes-Benz and all the good guys with the Jeeps and Fords, but it's kind of like a World War II thing going on, but still. It's a really classy off-road vehicle. Some people love them, some people tolerate them, but if you find one in good condition, it's a plush off-road ride. Of course, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny to fix that thing up if something happens, which definitely some things happen to 25-year-old vehicles. This list would not be complete without our favorite Toyota, the Toyota Hilux. It's the stuff of legends. If you've ever watched a Hilux get blown up, dropped from a crane, and still drive away, you already know what's up.
¿Qué? ¿Otra vez? ¡Vamos!
This is the ultimate I dare you to break me truck, and now you could finally import one with all the forbidden JDM goodies. We actually did a full Hilux video on why you can't import a new one into the US, and you can check that out. It's all because of Lyndon B. Johnson and American chickens, and I'm not kidding. You check out that video in the description below. Next up, we got the Suzuki Samurai.
Hey, wait a minute. This is a great time for me to do my Suzuki Samurai promo.
A 4x4 near and dear to my heart, as that's what I learned to drive stick shift on when I was 13 years old. True story. The Suzuki Samurai is like a Chihuahua with a Napoleon complex. This thing is lightweight, easy to modify, and somehow manages to climb over things that it has no business climbing over. If you want a no-frills, go-anywhere 4x4 that looks hilarious on a parking lot full of full-size trucks, this is the rig for you. It also comes in the Jimny form, and there was a couple other models, but anything 2000 or below. Import that bad boy, bring it into the US, because our roads need more of them. Last but not least is a car that I can't believe actually exists. It's the Toyota Mega Cruiser. If a Land Cruiser and a Hummer had a baby that grew up on a strict diet of just diesel and destruction, this would be it. Very few were made, so if you are able to import this and if you could actually get your hands on one, congratulations, you won the import car bingo. These things are ridiculously awesome, very, very expensive, but if you have the money to throw at it, kind of worth it. And there we have it. We've come to the end of our list, but I'm sure I've missed a few. Let me know in the comments below what you think you'd want to import. And if you're interested, we created another video specifically talking about the process of importing one of these beauties. You can check out that video here. And if you're not subscribed, I don't know, consider it. Or don't. I don't know, you made it to the end of the video and it's free to subscribe, so you might as well do it because we got some really cool content coming out. If you don't know who Forged 4x4 is, I founded this company 5 years ago. We build and give away awesome off-road and overlanding rigs, and you can check that out at forged4x4.com. Best way to support the channel is to buy some merch in our shop, which also gets you entered to win one of our awesome sweepstakes vehicles. Thanks for watching, and make sure to bring on the wild.